How has your relationship changed with your man now that you live together? Houston versus Atlanta, which one is better? Do I like online? Do I want to have a child soon? Are you and Moses planning on getting married? Are we planning on getting married? Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a little Q&A. I feel like it's been a while since I did my last one, and I just wanted to answer some of the questions that you guys had. I apologize guys, I know I said I was gonna be more consistent, and I promise you, going to be trying to drop 2 videos a week. That's what we're aiming for. I feel like the past like 2 weeks I've been like regrouping, getting back into routine, etc, etc. So that's kind of why I haven't really been uploading as much, but we're back, babes, we're back. Let's go ahead and start answering these questions. Y'all asked these off my Instagram and my YouTube community page. Okay, the first question is, do I speak Amharic? I can understand it better than I can speak it. I can speak a tiny amount. It's very broken, but I can make it make sense for simple things. But I can understand almost everything. It's just speaking it. It's because I don't practice it enough. Like if I go to Ethiopia for a while and I'm practicing it, like it'll kind of come back to me, or like I'll pick up on it easier. But like when I'm out here and I don't really speak Amharic often, speaking it definitely is a challenge, but understanding it, I'm pretty good. I'm not fluent in speaking it at all. It's very broken. It's Amharic English, Arm English, I don't know. The next question is, how did I grow into my body? Honestly guys, it just came with age. I guess like when I was like 18, when I first entered college, I was really small. I was like under 100 pounds, little tiny itty bitty Sabina. And I just put on weight as I got older. That's really it. At one point I was purposely gaining weight, as in like I was going to the gym a lot. I was drinking all these protein shakes, trying to make sure I ate a lot. But honestly, the rest of it is just genetics and just what happened when I get older. They always say that like when you hit 23 to 25, you grow into your like, you have another like body spurt or something. So I feel like I had that, but honestly, it just came with age. Someone asked me my favorite place that I've traveled to. I feel like I have favorites for different reasons. I feel like my favorite place in terms of like serenity and it was pretty was when I went to Austria a long time ago. I really liked Austria. I don't even know why, but really liked it. But in terms of the place I had the most fun at traveling was obviously Lagos. Do I still work? Yes, I still have a job, you guys. You guys will definitely see it in my next vlog where I'm gonna bring you guys along with me, because I feel like you guys don't really get to see what I do since I work from home often. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. But yeah, I still work. I work for an NFL agency. And yeah. How to deal with not having friends in your 20s. Oh my gosh, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I thought it was just me, but apparently a lot of people can relate. I think that I've learned that I'm a person that's okay with a few solid friends. Like as in like, these are gonna be like my lifelong friends and this and that, and I'm not closed off to making more. But I think I need to learn how to like make more friends to do things with. Like, okay, like I have friends that I go to the gym with, or I have friends that I go out with, or this and that. Like I have to learn that I guess it's okay to have friends that don't have to be like my everything friends, that makes sense, like my besties for life. Like I can still have friends. I think for me, I'm just a person that really values like deep connections with people, and like a lot of my friendships are like, I mean, the people I consider my friends are like deep friendships, like we're like locked in. So it's hard for me to like make more shallow friends, if that makes sense. Or not shallow, I don't know if that's the right word, but like if you get it, you get it, you know what I mean. But it's okay to like have those people to do other things with, and that's one thing that I feel like I'm learning. I'm not there yet completely, but like I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Someone said, what's your next hairstyle that you're planning to do? Well, it was these twists. This is my first time getting twists, y'all. And you guys keep getting on me in my comments when my hair is running out of time, as if I don't know. Okay, I know that my hair needs to be done. Just give me a chance to like do it, okay? Give me a chance, give me a chance. But no, I got these patches twists and I like them. I've never done it before, but I feel like they ended up being cute. So when next are you coming to Nigeria? I plan on coming in December, so hopefully you guys see me there then. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be going before then. Someone said, how old is Nova? Nova is 3, but she'll be turning 4 in September. It's crazy to me to think that I've had her for 4 years because the time went by quickly. Oh my gosh. I've had her since she was like 2 months old, which is, it's so crazy to think that I've actually had her for 4 years. East Africa would be glad to have you. When will that be? I mean, hopefully it will also be around the same time I go to Nigeria. Hopefully in January we'll go there. I'm trying to get me and Moses there for New Year's-ish time, like, so that's the plan. That's when I want to go back. I think we might go for like a week or so, but you guys should hopefully see me in Ethiopia in January. Somebody asked, do I miss Meso? You guys, it's hard to miss Meso when he calls Moses every morning. I see Meso every day. That's how I feel. I see Meso in the morning, in the evening, midday. Don't let them lie to you. They both call each other back and forth, and I'm gonna tell on them because the whole not calling is an act, okay? It's an act. But no, I definitely miss the vibes over there, you guys. I'm so sad I wasn't able to make it this past trip, but it'll be okay because I'll be there next time. Were your parents okay with you and Moses living together away from them? I think my parents had like regular concerns, like they were just asking questions, and obviously they met him before we moved in together, but my parents have honestly just supported me in this, and they're just down for whatever I want to do. So aside from like your typical concerns and just making sure that I was good, they've been very supportive since. Have I found it easier to make friends in my new location? I think that I'm starting to meet more people, and so it's a bit easier in terms of like, okay, when I go with them, then I meet people through them, if that makes sense. It's getting a little bit easier to meet new people because I'm just meeting them through them. And even if I don't know them, aside from like, hey, like a first meetup, I'll probably run into them again or see them again with those people, etc. So it's a little bit easier, but it's not like super easy, but I think it's getting easier, especially this 1 month that I had to myself. I think it kind of forced me to go out of my comfort zone and like go out with more people and see new people and find things to do. So it did kind of make it easier in that sense. Did I like Afrobeats before meeting Moses? Yes, you guys. Now I'll say I listen to it more now, obviously, but I've been liking them. I've been had songs like don't think that I don't know my music. Have you ever dealt with insecurities? And if yes, how did you deal with it? Of course I've dealt with insecurities. And honestly, the way that I dealt with it, and I think I've said this before, was I just came to the realization that like everybody has them. And I don't know why that made me I don't know why that helped me overcome it. But like knowing that I'm not the only person that's insecure about certain things makes me feel better about it. I guess the way I dealt with my insecurity is, one, not putting other people on a pedestal because they have their own stuff they're insecure about. 2, not caring what other people say because at the end of the day, it actually doesn't matter or affect me. 3, sometimes my insecurity is just something I made up in my own head about myself, and other people don't even see me that way. So yeah, I guess those are 3 things. I don't know if those are the only 3 things. They're probably not, but that's just off the top of my head what I can think of. How do you stay confident being in a relationship? I think the key to that is just realizing your own self-worth and just loving yourself, because if you know you the ish, basically, okay, can't nobody tell you nothing. At the end of the day, if you're authentically yourself, you're a good person, and you know, you have all these great qualities, if something was to ever happen, then that's not your loss, it's somebody else's loss. So you just have to know your self-worth and build up your self-esteem, honestly. Do I want to have a child soon? The answer is no. I feel like I'm a baby myself at the moment. I feel like I have a lot of things I want to do before I have a kid, and I want to be married first before I have a kid. So a child is not in my near future. I do want to have kids, but like I've got some years until then. Would I get another dog so that Nova has a buddy? You know, I would want Nova to have a buddy, but Nova is still a baby herself, and you know, it might be too much to have like 2 dogs. I feel like if I was to get another dog, it would be when she's older, like old, not just older, but like old. I kind of want her to have a buddy, but one, I would also want a house because having 2 dogs in an apartment would be too much. And part of me wants another big dog, so like it would definitely be a lot. Heard that Moses another Rottweiler. But yeah, how are you finding Houston now since your big move? I mean, I like Houston. I still feel like I'm still getting to know the city, and there's a lot more that I can learn about it and like enjoy doing here. So I still feel like I'm in the exploration stage. I know it's been a few months, but like it doesn't feel like that long. So I feel like I'm still learning Houston. Houston versus Atlanta, which one is better? Ooh, that's a good question. They're similar, but they're different. Like Houston to me feels like an Atlanta that's just more spread out. It feels like an Atlanta suburb, but it's not a suburb, it's the city. Like it has the activities of the city, but it looks like the suburb, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know, like I like how Houston is like spread out. I like the dynamic of Houston. I like how it doesn't feel too packed and crowded like how Atlanta, the city of Atlanta would feel. But I also like Georgia, like I like the suburbs, but I also get that here, you know? So Atlanta, I feel like right now there's too much going on in the city. I don't know, it feels unsafe. Like I'm not saying that Houston is the safest place in the world, but I don't know what it is. I like the dynamic of Texas better, but Atlanta just has a special place in my heart. Like I like Atlanta's like culture, like the culture of Atlanta, it's different. If you know, you know. And like Houston culture is more like southern. Like I get like Louisiana, Texas vibe. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just a different culture. So I like Atlanta culture, but I like the vibe of Houston. I don't even know if that makes sense. I like both. What's my favorite thing about myself? My favorite thing about myself is that I am always authentically myself. And I realize that a lot of people are not like that. And sometimes I guess that could be a good and bad thing. But no, it's a good thing. I feel like I'm just authentically myself. Doesn't matter who I'm around, what I'm doing, anything. I could talk to everybody while remaining authentically myself. And I just really have come to appreciate that about myself, because I've just learned that that's a rarity. It's not a normal thing, and not everybody's like that. So that's my favorite thing about myself. And that's not to sound cocky. Well, I guess that's not cocky. That's just my favorite thing about myself. What's your favorite part of your daily routine? My favorite part of my daily routine is when I cook dinner and me and Moses put on a TV show. Right now it's been My Wife and Kids, like just a lighthearted show, and we eat together. I don't know why, but dinner time is my favorite part of my daily routine. Just because maybe like growing up, my parents always made us like eat dinner together. It was like the one time of the day that like we could like sit and have no distractions, and either we talk about something or we're watching them together. So to me, that's just my favorite time of the day. Someone said, you are so classy and feminine. Capricorn gang, yep. What are your negative and positive traits? I don't know why, sometimes I find it hard to talk about myself. Is anyone else like that? I would say some of my negative traits are I can be impatient, but I've been working on that a lot. I can be impatient. I have a bad habit of interrupting people when they talk. And it's not even intentional. It will be like I'm trying to finish their sentence because the word just comes to my brain, I just blurt it out. But I need to stop that. That's actually a bad habit. That's a bad trait. But like positive traits, I think I said earlier, I feel like I'm very much authentically myself. I feel like I'm a really good listener. I feel like I'm a good problem solver, at least when it comes to other people's problems. I feel like my problems, sometimes I just want to sit in my problem, but like other people's problems, I'm a good problem solver. And I'm good at talking to anyone and everyone. Like I can speak to any crowd of people. It's just, I have a lot of positive traits about myself. I don't even know if we have time in this video to sit here and write all of them down, you know what I mean? I'm just playing, but I'm not like I am. Someone said, hi Sabina, what's one thing you wish you prioritized at the age of 20? I think that when I was 20, it was a weird time for me because that's when COVID first started, I think, 2020, if I'm not mistaken, or was it 2019? I don't know, but around that time was COVID. So I feel like everything in my head was jumbled up, and I feel like I wish I put effort into school, but like it was so much going on in my personal life that like I was kind of distracted to an extent. So I wish I kind of focused on that more. I wish I prioritized my mental health when I was like 20, because I felt like I just wasn't focused on myself, and I feel like if I like had resolved that then and there, then certain things would have been a little different. Yeah, I would say prioritizing my school and my mental health more would have been some things I wish I did better. How did I find myself and become the better woman that I am now? By the way, love from Nigeria. Love. finding myself was a lot of trial and error. I don't know if this sounds cliche, but I also think that like part of finding yourself is like part of finding who you were before you went through like any negative like experiences in life to an extent, like tapping back into that. Sometimes I'm not the best at like putting my thoughts into words. I don't know if this is like making sense what I'm saying, but it's like tapping back into who you were before like the outside world, like, you know, touched you, if that makes sense, while also incorporating the lessons you've learned of life within it. I don't know, it's such a weird blend and mixture, but I feel like that's how I feel like I found myself, like through a lot of trial and error, and then through like tapping back into like, what do I like, who am I, and ignoring everything else. That might sound like a really generalized answer, but I really just feel like that's such a complicated topic that I'm trying to like fit into a couple sentences. I love your vibe. How has your relationship changed with your man now that you live together? I think it's just changed like in a normal way. Like at first we were long distance, so you have your honeymoon phase where you barely get to see each other, and every time you do it's like woo. So now we're 24/7, so it's like, okay, we need to learn like establishing boundaries, having independence while still doing things together, and things that's not just routine things, and you know, like it's just normal challenges that people face when they move in together. So that dynamic has changed. Then you're with somebody 24/7, so you're learning more about them as a person, where they come from, how they are, on top of having and developing the emotional maturity of, okay, like this is us versus a problem, or how is it when we argue with each other? Like you just get into deeper discussions and like deeper situations now that we've moved in together. But at the end of the day, it's just stuff that has helped our maturity in our relationship, and I feel like a lot of things that will help us like in the future, because we're growing so much from this part, it's just developed us, in my opinion, in a really good way. So at the end of the day, like we're both young, we're both figuring this out together. Like nobody taught us how to live with a significant other beforehand, so it's just learning that. So obviously it's changed, but it's not things that hasn't helped us grow in our relationship. Are you and Moses planning on getting married? Are we planning on getting married? Come here. Come here. Come here.
I don't know why I won't find this question.
He's already proposed, you guys. We're getting married tomorrow.
Guys, I nearly got in trouble the other day, right? Because when I did my life update, somebody asked, when do I plan to propose? And I said, I ain't even thought about, like, marriage doesn't even come to my mind. I got a lot on my mind. I'm a busy guy, I'm trying to get rich. Trying to make sure we get a nice house and everything, you know?
Okay, we have to do a mukbang because I want to, which we're gonna do that next year. We're gonna do Ethiopian food mukbang.
Right.
But I was basically saying, like, they're like asking how has the relationship dynamic changed.
I hate her now, guys.
No. And like one thing I said, like emotional maturity, like when you say things, I've just learned like, okay, sometimes you say things in a way that's not necessarily how you mean it.
Yeah, I have weird ways of saying things that has no bad intentions. That's my problem.
You just don't use your like extensive vocabulary.
She's trying to say that.
Like,
she's trying to
fully describe what it is.
She's trying to say that I'm not educated. I should go back to Africa.
That's not what I said. He said it, not me. We plan on marrying each other, but we have no timeline, you guys. Okay, we're still young, still somewhat new.
Correct. So all the questions about proposal, I don't know.
It will happen. No, it will happen. See.
No, I don't know when it's gonna happen.
Okay, there you go. You need to add the last part.
Oh my god.
Oh, but before you guys take that and run with it, yeah, no, Melissa just says things in certain ways. You just have to know the guy, you know? Before y'all get in these comments and say, oh, like, yada, 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 yada. Somebody asked, do I trust Moses and Alma's friendship, or do I like Alma? You guys, I don't have an issue with any of Moses' friends or people he's recorded with. In the past, like I met her when I was in Lagos along with like Dems and all his friends. Like at the end of the day, these are Moses' friends and his people, so there's nothing going on there. What is it like having a partner who's constantly traveling? It's definitely different because I've just never dated somebody like that in the past, but for the most part we do a lot of things together, and when he travels without me, like it's something that he would be doing. I'm not gonna stop the guy from traveling just because I can't make it. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. So I mean, sometimes I have FOMO and sometimes I wish I could go, but there's a lot of times where I'll be able to go and sometimes where I'm not gonna be able to go, so it's just part of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I really want to do a mukbang with Moses, maybe getting into like relationship things and living together, because we both get so many questions about that so many times. So let me know if that's something that you would want to do with Ethiopian foods, like an Ethiopian food mukbang. I think I want to do that with him, because y'all saw me try Nigerian food, so you need to see the opposite. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Sabina, 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 Sabina.